Hello, boys and girls. Today we're doing something special. Now, there's a lot of people out there with a lot of things to say all over the internet, and that concept could not possibly disgust me more. Vocaloid is one of the closest things to my heart, and all over you can find countless lists about Vocaloid songs, and with the sole exception of this one Reichi video, they are all trash. Now, look, I like the classics as much as anyone else. Kokoro, Rolling Girl, World Is Mine, these are all staples of the medium and incredibly important to the history of Vocaloid. But guess what? No real person's favorite music is comprised of just intro-level Vocaloid songs. All of these lists have the same easy answer, surface-level insincerity that makes me want to gag myself. And so, here we are, breaking down and bringing to light a real person's favorite music. Now, I should say, by the nature of this list, a lot of these songs are ones that I've talked about in more detail in other videos, so for further information, feel free to reflect on those too. But anyway, kick back, relax, and let's have some fun for a little with this medium that we all adore. Shall we? Number 10. Dolls. Talk about raw emotion. Dolls is an old song. The song is littered with all these chirpy and tinny MIDI sounds, and Rin is not exactly the smoothest talker in the club here. But yet, in spite of all that, hell, maybe even because of all that, this song is fantastic. It tells a simple story about a doll's affection for their long-dead master. It asks questions of purpose, ultimately concluding, in the words of my hero, that you don't need to save the world to find meaning in life. Sometimes all you need is something simple, like someone to take care of. Where this song really excels, though, is in the composition. The swells in the music, contrasting with the droning verses, bleed character and feeling, and the climax of the song is breathtaking. Rin's strength has always lied in her ability to belt, and that is doubly true of her early versions. When the music builds and Rin is belting passionately, I am completely absorbed in the music, completely enraptured in its beauty. This is an oldie and certainly a song that deserves more attention than it ever has gotten. I hope you all can love it as well. Number 9. Sayoko. Miki's OP is incredibly prolific, and more remarkable than even his output is the diversity of his discography. He's made many different kinds of songs, and not all have stuck with me, but this one, Sayoko, is on another level entirely. When I think about the best Vocaloid sad boys, my mind goes to guys like Nekabolo or Nashimoto. Yet Sayoko will forever be the song that has best captured my own feelings of negativity, more so than any of those other guys have even come close to doing. My own pains and my own fears. Every single element of the song, from the pulsing repetition of the verse to the sharp honesty of the chorus, is auditory pain. Sayoko is just that. It's uncomfortable. It's about feeling alone and worthless. It doesn't scream about these pains. It tells them bluntly, tiredly. Ultimately, my affection for this song comes down to how closely the lyrics have historically tied to my own life. The feeling of disconnect from the people around you. The helplessness. Sayoko is not an answer, nor is it a cry for help. Sayoko is merely an observation. A soft and tired sigh. And for that, it is perfect. Number 8. Odds and Ends. Okay, so I will talk about one of those songs that are always on all those generic top 10 lists. And that alone should go to show you just how special and important Odds and Ends really is. Odds and Ends is a testament to everything great about Vocaloid, an autobiography told by one of the medium's most important voices historically, Ryo. The story of Ryo here is great, tragic, and beautifully hopeful. But it's through Ryo's experiences that the wonder of the medium as a whole really comes to light. Vocaloid gives people a voice. It gives anyone a voice. And hearing this song, Told by a man who had long left composition with Vocaloid, coming back to thank it, is not a kind of experience we've gotten much of since. Odds and Ends was the finale of the 2016 Nico Nico Cho Party concert, and it is, to date, my favorite live performance of any Vocaloid song ever. The care and detail in the animation work, culminating in a gigantic cast of Vocaloid all singing about the power of Vocaloid, has on multiple occasions pushed me to the brink of tears. Vocaloid can be important to people. Music can be important to people. And nothing captures that sentiment quite as well as Odds and Ends. Number 7. Ayano's Theory of Happiness. Here we go. What can I even say about this song that I haven't already? Ayano's Theory of Happiness, with a purity and simplicity unlike anything else, pushes the idea that the world can be good, that life can and should be enjoyable, that no one should ever have to be afraid. Ayano Tateyama is my favorite character from one of my favorite stories ever told, and in here we get to see why. This song is love. It is the pure feeling of love for another, personified in the overwhelming heart of Ayano Tateyama. The song was majorly important to the story of the Kagero project back when it was first released. But even looking back on it now, with the story of the project much more well-defined than it ever was all those years ago, the tight visual storytelling, coupled with the overwhelming emotion, makes for an experience that I cannot get enough of. Jin is great at writing ballads. It's kind of a tragedy that he never wrote many more of them. Because to this day, the second chorus of Ayano's Theory of Happiness is one of the most moving things I have ever known. The bravery, the selflessness, and the love of the character bleed through every word and every phrase. It's tangible and it's powerful, and it's everything the Kagero project stands for. Give it another listen whenever you get the chance, and try and remember the word that the awkward girl always loved. Number 6. Reeducation. Neru is, overall, my second favorite composer, period. Sekai Seifuku is my favorite album, and of all the music that came to represent that era of Neru's discography, Reeducation is the song that has always hit me the hardest. Reeducation takes all of the classic Neru ideas, the feeling of aimlessness and hopelessness in young adults, the realization made all too late that you have given up on making something out of your life, and boils it down into a powerful duet. Sekai Seifuku has always had a sharp critique of the school system underneath its skin. And while as I myself have grown older and farther away from high school, songs like The Lost One's Weeping, while still being excellent, have lost a lot of their personalized hitting power. Reeducation distances itself enough from explicitly stating that idea that it shines as brightly as it ever did. Ultimately, the song is about the same things as all the school songs. The feeling that the lifestyle and hierarchy of importance that school stresses has undercut individuality. Reeducation is filled with lines like, "We cut down our dreams, but find it's our future that's bleeding," and phrases like the second verse, in which Len sings about a deadbeat pachinko addict, and how even that guy must have had something he used to care about before it was inevitably beaten out of him. It's a bleak song to be sure, but one that captures that feeling better than anything else can. Go and give it a listen, especially if you're a young adult. Nothing has spoken to that demographic better or more than Reeducation. Number 5. Summertime Record. I'll keep it brief. I promise. Ayano's Theory of Happiness captured my favorite parts of the Kagero project shown through the lens of my favorite character in the project, and while Summertime Record explicitly isn't about much aside from nostalgia and gratitude, it is implicitly about everything the Kagero project is and was. When I think about the project, I think about Summertime Record. I think about the lonely kids who found a place for themselves together. I think about each member and the struggles they faced in all of the mediums of the story. Summertime Record is not a song in the Kagero project. It is the Kagero project itself. It is the culmination of years of work across many different mediums to create something fantastic, and it is something that I will never forget. I can't say it enough. Go and listen to the Kagero Project. And when you're done, go back to Summertime Record. Go breathe in the summer air, alongside all of your friends that got there too. The Kagero Project is a story that I will never forget, and this song is the amalgam of all of that goodwill and all of that power. Please go out and give it a listen. It is a ride like nothing else. Number 4. Glow. Glow is special. Glow is, in a word, painful. Glow is a song about growing up, about the harsh and cold world around us, and about how much we rely on others, about how painful it is to lose those bonds. There are seemingly infinite songs about grief and loss in Vocaloid. The concept is not really all that unique within the medium, even if it is outside the medium. But Glow is different. Glow brings you back to when life was simpler. It's about realizing, before you know it, that you have grown up, that the things you once relied on are gone, and that ultimately we will lose the things that we cherish most. The first verse sings about how, without even realizing it, the speaker has grown into an adult. How now it's easier to lie than it once was. How those years have piled on countless scars that can't be undone, only for the chorus to lapse and have the speaker cry out for that which they love most. This song is the single piece of media that has come the closest to replicating how it has felt for me to experience death, and in fact has been instrumental in helping me cope with death when I have had to experience it. There is so much nuance and so much power packed into this piece that by the end of listening to it I always feel drained, similar to the feeling of finally finishing a great story. Glow changed my life and was instrumental in helping me through the parts of it that were some of the hardest. It has the crown for most tears shed while listening to music, and I doubt anything will ever come even close to stealing that throne from it. Kino is a producer who, in general, doesn't get enough appreciation. And even though Glow is undoubtedly his biggest hit, I truly think it deserves the world and more. Give it a listen. Number 3. Jitter Doll. Nikki is the best Vocaloid producer ever. If I were to zoom out this list just a little more, tons of the slots would be filled with Nikki's music. I've talked about how Nikki is a master of conveying emotions through music in his powerful rock ballads. This is a skill and a tone that no other producer has or could even hope to replicate. His music, at the core, really is simple. The messages of these songs are simple statements or feelings, but in that lies their beauty. This brings me to Jitter Doll. You only need one word to summarize Jitter Doll, to completely understand it and its message, and that word is hope. Jitter Doll is a song about how the world is not the best place. It's about how irrational life is, how painful it can be, and how, in spite of all this, we can do anything. We can be anything. Because above anything that may happen, or how deplorable the world is, hope in the future, faith in this life is stronger than any of that. The chorus of Jitter Doll was some of the greatest and most consuming, sweeping, and beautiful music that I have ever heard in my life. Jitter Doll is a shining light, a powerful and resounding message to everyone who listens to it to have faith, to believe in the future, because the world is good, and that is a wonderful thing. So rise and shine. Number 2. I'm Glad You're Evil Too. Pinocchio P needs to write more ballads. The guy is one of the most prolific and consistently good producers in the modern era. Especially this past summer, he has put out tons of excellent pieces, all with a unique tone that is only and distinctly Pinocchio P. And while I've always liked the messages of his music, the delivery of those messages usually stopped me from getting too invested in the songs themselves, with the odd exception here or there. Enter I'm Glad You're Evil Too. Not only my second favorite Vocaloid song, but one of the greatest pieces of music I have ever heard. The song is about closeness. The song is about closeness, about the value of another's life and how important our bonds are with one another. I love Miku's tuning in this to death. It starts out breathy and closed, slowly opening up as the speaker becomes more and more comfortable with themselves, leading up to the final line of the song. A proud, joyous, and heart-stopping declaration that they are so glad to get to love the person closest to them. How that is stronger than anything the world may throw at them. The choruses sing of mundane activities, watching TV or eating dinner, and how it doesn't matter what the activity or occasion is, that so long as they have the person they love the most, the speaker is happy. No other love song has ever struck a chord with me better, because this is not a song about a relationship, but of the beauty and power of love itself. Pinocchio P sings right along Miku, and together they create something truly wonderful. I'll leave you with the final line of the song, a simple declaration that always, always gets me. Tomorrow and onwards, I want to keep living. I'm so glad I like you. Number 1. Irony. It feels, sometimes, like the world is moving around me. It feels like I'm an observer of my own life. It feels like there's a constant and lingering sadness, like life is hollow and the world won't change. It would be so much easier to let life move around you, to be passive and let the world do with you what it will. It's not like anything I do will matter anyways. It's not like I mean anything. But if you do that, you will quickly find that you have not moved an inch. Because it's up to you to move on your own 2 feet. You can run from your life or try to let someone or something else live for you, but all you're doing is standing in place. Irony is a reminder to keep walking. That no matter how much it hurts or how tired you are, you must keep walking. No matter how much you want to defeat yourself, how easy it is to do that, you must keep walking. I could talk all day about how wonderful the composition of this song is, or how filled with detail the video is. I have already done that. But above any of this is this one sentiment. You must keep walking. Irony is a song that lets you indulge in your helplessness, only long enough to push you forwards. It's a song that understands how hard life is, how much it hurts, but even still pushes you forward. Irony is helplessness. Irony is pain. Irony is struggle. And irony is the greatest song ever written. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you were able to learn something, be it about Vocaloid or about myself. I'm David Toth, aka Breadbox, and this is my channel where I stand on a soapbox and tell you all about Vocaloid and other wonderful garbage. Be sure to tell me what your favorite Vocaloid works are, as the medium is as diverse as the people who listen to it. Just so long as you don't say Ikanaide or Just Be Friends. If that's the case, the dumpster is over on the left. I wish you all the best of luck in this wonderful winding road of life. Keep on walking. Thank you.